Hello everyone, it's Type here, and as you probably all know by now, Volcanion has been released, so of course I have to be a generic Pokemon battler and make a video about it. I mean, battle with Volcanion, and I'm not using a team of my own this time. I got a team from Survive, who is a fellow. Actually, he's not. He didn't battle in the Fella season 2, but he was in the chat. He was in season 1, um, so he gave me a team, and also I'm gonna join another league later where he is, and which is probably what happened. Uh, which is probably uh, better quality. However, this team has it has a Volcanion. Surprisingly, it's specs one. Personally, I maybe prefer uh, Assault Vest, but we'll see how this works. Of course, specs it's harder. It's max speed. I changed it to modest because I don't personally think that there's any reason to run uh, timid over modest. Mainly Breloom, but Thunderous kinda checks that with HP flying, and it would be a speed tie anyway, so there's that. And Volcanion has a nice natural bulk also on the physical side. Um, the next is Mega Sceptile, which I like a lot because Rotom is it kind of checks Volcanion, so Sceptile is very nice to counter Rotom. Um, I don't exactly agree with this coverage, but it's probably good for this team because uh, Ferrothorns and Scissors and those. Uh, I like Earthquake on Sceptile for the Heat Trance, which is I don't know. We have Volcano, we have Starmie, so not that big of a deal. Then Thunderous can set up on it. Then Teeter, Choice Scarf, the standard set. Can pursuit the Lottie things. And then there's Starmie, a bulky one with Rapid Spin, and it has Psychic Oversize Shock for Venusaurs. I'm not exactly sure if I agree with that, but I can see Venusaur being a problem to this team. Landers. Therion Rocky Helmet said no Stone Edge knockoff instead. These are kinda checks the bird, so there's that. And then we have Thunderous with Nasty Plot. I put Taunt over Thunder Wave because I think it's better. It had Thunder Wave originally. And then there's HP Flying, which I can definitely see it can hit Mega Venusaur, it can hit Breloom, and it's a stab, but in many cases HP Ice would be better, but we'll see. Let's play a game, however, and we get a. Is this stall or semi-stall or something like that, or maybe it's not. Maybe it's Life Orb specs and so on, but probably not. Volcanion looks like a very nice lead here. It is everything barring the Slowbro, and for Slowbro we have no switches for Slowbro. What I could do alternatively is to lead up with Sceptile because it actually does a lot as well. But he could lead up with Nidoqueen, and also it's probably Mega Slowbro by the way. Tyranitar switches into Entei. Volcanion switches into Clefable. What's our Lucario switching? We probably don't have one until we know what kind of Lucario it is. But Volcanion is very good in this match, so I shouldn't let it go. But I lead with it because of possible Nidoqueen lead. And just fire off a Steam Eruption as it is faster. So this starts very nicely. Yeah, that's my fault for not knowing what kind of set the lead Nidoqueen runs, but I think my best play is to see what it does. Fire off some Scalds. Yeah, this works pretty nicely. I would say because I don't want to switch into Clefable, that's for sure, but I mean on a Moonblast, but I'm actually expecting a Calm Mind or Soft Bite right now, so I can switch into Thunders and try to set up because there's not much else I can do. I don't mind him Calm Minding honestly, so I go for Nasty Plot and I can actually win from him here. I'm live for, by the way. There's comes the Moonblast, it's crit, so I can actually take another. So let's go for T-Bolt. It almost KOs, which is nice, and we don't leave another one. However, we are now back in this game, which is absolutely amazing. And does Pursuit actually KO from here? It doesn't actually matter because I outspeed with Anymon, so there's that. So I think Starmie is my play here because he doesn't really have anything to bring in except for the Zapdos, which is walled by Tyranitar. Also, Tyranitar hits hard everything. It actually gets a KO. As he brings in Nidoqueen, and I can just fire off a Crunch and KO the Nidoqueen. So we actually have a chance of winning after all. When it comes to Lucario, it's on a balloon, which is good to know because Superpower is an option. And I think I'm switching to Landorus, and as he goes for Swords Dance, I'm not afraid. I think I want to go for U-turn as he tries to set up more, and I bring in Tyranitar. I really like Extreme Speed should not KO, and Lucario doesn't get Mach Punch, if I'm correct. So Superpower should KO as he fears that, goes into Zapdos. Let's hope we don't get the static. And we don't, which is great. We don't, and right now I would like that our Sceptile is Mega. I don't know what the standard Rocky Helmet set is. I have one, but I don't know what standard, but I don't think it has HPIs. So I switch into Lando and try to get, okay, yeah, this is great, because what I can do now is actually go for a U-turn on the Slowbro switch, which I'm pretty sure will come. As he actually just keeps going for a U-turn, I mean Volt switch, I can bring in Tyranitar and do quite some damage with Stone Edge right now. As in comes a Slowbro. I could have predicted that, but there, on the other hand, was not really any need for that. Let me switch into Starmie just to see what he wants to do. Yeah, he does make a double. He was probably expecting me to bring Sceptile, but I didn't know if he has Ice Beam or something like that. Probably not because he's Mega, but this was nevertheless my best play. I can go for Scald as he misses a Sacred Fire, which probably didn't matter that much. We are bulky with natural cure, so that's that. And now actually Stealth Rock would be great. Is he really static Zapdos because he has no hazard removal? Anyway, we get rid of Entei, which is nice. And in comes the Slowbro, and I think now is the time to go to Sceptile. I'm pretty sure he has no Ice Beam, but we'll see. And I think this could be okay. It's easily to hit KO with Leaf Storm. It's actually to hit KO with Giga Drain. So this goes very well. In comes the Luke, and from here I should win with Tyranitar. So I don't have to let him go for Swords Dance, but then again I don't really mind that because I actually prefer to have as much mons in the back as possible. I can actually go for EQ here just as easily. So yeah. Because my other option would have been, of course, to go for U-turn and switch into Tyranitar, but my better play was EQ because I would have forced a 50-50 on him. Switching into Zapdos would have been kinda. He could have still maintained the chances to win, probably. But in all honesty, setting up against a team with Lando and Titar was kind of a tough job for him. I think that I can just and is it? Why does it just keep going for Volt Switch? Anyway, I can go to Titar and just finish him off with the Stone Edge. And I can actually start looking for another game already because we won this one. And here we have a very threatening looking team, and Tyranitar will be huge in this match. And Thundurus is actually a big problem to this team. But yeah, Tyranitar, like, it kills 4 out of his 6 months. Okay, that's a Scarf. Scarf Excadrill, then probably not that one. But we win this one, he forfeits. And I think my best lead is actually. Why don't we have any Ice type moves in this entire team? I think Starmie is my best lead because he probably has a lead jump, and what I can do is just fire off a Scald. He actually has no Scald, which is Nice. Could you do something, please? Let's think our win condition. Yeah, it's definitely Tyranitar, and we get rid of Talonflame first turn, which is pretty cool. I don't know what was he expecting. Probably Ice Beam. That was still a very weird play. Uh, However, wait a minute. What do pincers run? They run either EQ or close combat. I have a feeling that EQ is the more popular one these days. However, he brings that one in as I kinda expected. As my best play might be to switch into Thunderous actually. Does Pinsir actually 2 KO it with quick attack? Uh, Thunderous for your nasty blood with Life Orb. Quick attack, no, not even near, so I actually could make a hard switch into Thunderous right now. As it goes for return, which is fine, I can just fire off that T-Bolt. If he decides to switch into Excadrill, that's fine because I have a Landorus. Landorus is good also for... And yeah, I could actually just switch straight into Starmie, expecting either of these, and I'm gonna do that. And yeah, that goes absolutely right, and I can go for Scald because either Guard Jump or Excadrill coming in on the Thunders was very likely, especially Excadrill because I could have had the HP Ice. So, and then he had still the Scarf to bluff, which he obviously doesn't have anymore. He has leftovers, and I'm just gonna fire off another Scald because he has no switch-ins, and right now T-Tar is the best play because he could go for Volt Switch, but honestly Thunderous don't run that so often, so let me just switch straight into my T-Tar, take whatever he wants to do. He goes for Thunder Wave, which is actually super unfortunate. However, I can go for Pursuit. And I get fully paralyzed. Oh man. That's so unfortunate. However, he actually doesn't want to switch into Sceptile, which is great. Uh, I want to do some damage to this guy, but I actually don't want to weaken Tyranitar because it still switches into Thunderous. So what I actually could do is to switch into Starmie. I don't think he's gonna EQ. Yeah, he's not. Um, he could go for EQ, and I don't want that. Uh, I'm expecting Dragon Tail, but uh, he could want to EQ so that he gets rid of me. So I go for Recover first. I want to see what he does. He goes for Dragon Tail, which was the more expectable play right there, and Thunderous doesn't do that much in this battle anymore because he can't check Pinsir anymore. So what I could do is just do some damage, fire off HP flying as in comes the Excadrill, and it should die, even though it resists the HP flying. So right now I actually can't bring in my Stormy. Landorus checks or counters even the pincer, even though it has no uh, Stone Edge. So, ah man, why doesn't it have Stone Edge? I actually lose now. Actually lose now. Now he goes for return. I may still lose. Jam it. I don't think I can take a quick attack with Stormy. uh, can I take quick attack? I mean, I'm slower with Volcanion, so there's that. Yeah, I really want Stone Edge because it can check the bird and the pincer that way. He just keeps going for that return. If it's EQ, we maybe can take this hit and fire. I think crunch should be enough. He has close combat, so of course there's that too. So right now I think Starmie is our only chance. Doesn't he really have quick attack? What is this? We get the burn, which is great. He thought I would... What? I don't get this set anymore. Does he really think he can't KO us? He brings in Volcanion. My better play is definitely to just fire off a Steam Eruption, except that he's faster than me, but once again Volcanion wasn't doing much at all in this game. In comes the pincer, I'm just gonna sack Volcanion, and we can actually still win this thanks to us getting the chance to recover. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fire off a Psychic in case it brings in the Keldeo. Ooh! Oh my god, but does he have quick attack? That's my question right now. We may not still be able to win, but yeah, he has it. So I don't understand his play, but wow, that was close. Anyway, we lose unfortunately, and we are so low on the ranking. I was over 1600s at one point. Anyway, one more game, and that will be it. Yeah, that paralysis on Tyranider, it was a good play on him. It definitely was a decider, or the deciding element of the battle. And he has... which dragon he has? I'm pretty sure it's X actually. Then again, it's pretty hard to say. Once again, Tits are doing a lot in this battle. Basically can KO everything except for that Scizor. I could lead off with Tyranider if he has like lead Azelf, and yeah, that sounds a nice plan. And what is his Mega? It's of course it's a Charizard. So yeah, I can just crunch first turn and not KO actually. which is pretty interesting. So, do I have a reason to not go for another crunch? Not really. We get rid of Azelf, which means that he is not gonna get any hazards up in this game, which is beautiful. In comes the Scissor, so my best play is to go into Lando. If he wants to knock off, then he does, I don't care. He goes for Swords Dance. I'm not actually afraid, because I'm pretty sure that Volcanion can take whatever he decides to do. I go for a U-turn as he goes into High Dragon, which is great, and he forfeits. Well, I get points, but let's find that one more game that was too short, I'm afraid. So yeah, here we have a nice looking team. We definitely want the rocks up as soon as possible, and the low one is actually a problem. We have Stormy though. I think Stormy is a pretty nice lead, because it can check the Aerodactyl. He goes for taunt. Why would he go for taunt against Stormy? I have no idea. However, I think I'm just gonna go for Rapid Spin to prevent his rocks, which works out perfectly. In comes Baihupa. I don't get the name, however, Thunderous doesn't seem bad at all. He's gonna Volt Switch, that's for sure, unless he predicts the Landorus and goes for Flash Cannon. However, I mean, Tyranitar is not a bad switching, but I think. Sorry, by the way, about these few kind of interruptions. I don't know how well you can see them, but I have kinda my hard disk is kinda full, so it stops occasionally the recording. I mean, in comes Lopunny, and he could predict the Lando switching. However, I mostly want to do it because first of all, I don't do very much with Lando. However, I want to get up the rocks, so there's that. Rocks are very important against the Dragonite. I could go to Stormy, but if he goes for return, that's bad. I could go into Tyranitar and force him to go for a high jump kick, which is actually not a bad plan at all. I think I'm gonna do that actually. Okay, now this is yeah, he went for fake out, and now I can go into Lando, expecting his high jump kick as he goes for it, and now all I can do is just switch into Stormy and scout for the Ice Punch, which he doesn't have because he switched into Azumarill, which is great to know. Probably the Power Up Punch variant then. And honestly, Volcanion is a great check to this thing. However, he makes a nice read there, goes into Magnet Zone. I think I switch into Thunders, or do I? I think I do. I actually want to get my Sceptile Mega Evolved as well. Yeah, I'm gonna do that because I don't want to switch into Lando because I know it. Wow. So yeah, my hard disk indeed ended up refusing to cooperate, so I had to record this the remaining of the last game afterwards. However, where we were left was me switching into Thunderous and him getting that crit Thunderbolt on me. and judging by the damage he has to be specs Magnezone. I bring in my Sceptile, and here I of course get my chance to Mega Evolve, which is important because I want to outspeed his Mega Lopunny. I go for Dragon Bulls because mainly I don't want him to. No, I fire off of Dragon Pulse mainly because I'm not expecting Azumarill to come in, and because it does more damage to both Dragonite and Heatran. And here I get the Dragonite's multi-scale broken. And here I just, of course, fire off another. I'm not afraid of an extreme speed. In comes Heatran, and I get its balloon popped, which is great. Here I switch into Starmie because it can wall the Heatran and also spin away possible Stealth Rocks. As he goes for Magma Storm, misses, which should not be that big of a deal because I hard countered the Heatran anyway. In comes Magnezone on my Scald. Scald is very solid play against any of his mons. He doesn't want to switch into it because also Azumarill has that risk of getting burned as well as Dragonite. So I bring in my Tyranitar on the Magnezone, and here I expect him to switch out because I think I'm revealed a fighting type move if I'm not mistaken. So I can fire off a Pursuit expecting his switch. In comes the Dragonite, and I'm not really afraid of him setting up because I can switch into Landorus, which usually walls most types of Dragonites, and I have the Rocky Helmet to force damage on himself as well. So this also means that he's now in the range of dying to rocks, and I actually set them up on his switch. As in comes the Azumarill, and I'm not afraid because, as I said, Volcanion is a great counter for Azumarill. As he sets up belly jump, I'm not afraid. I can just fire off a Specs Sludge Bomb. As he does not want to switch out, of course, with that +6 attack. In comes the Heatran, and I'm forced to switch out, but you already know that I have the Starmie, which can. Actually, no, I switch into Tyranitar because I don't even know why. Possibly expecting a double switch to Magnezone, that could be a thing, but however I get to fire off my superpower and get rid of the Heatran. In comes Lopunny, and I have already discovered that he most likely does not have Ice Punch, so I still go into Starmie as he goes for Power Up Punch, and I probably did this because Starmie was at full health, so I could afford that, and I did that over switching into Landorus because I didn't want it to take any extra damage because I kinda need it to. No, I don't actually need it for Dragonite anymore, so maybe I just wanted to be sure to get it at the maximum amount of health possible against the Lopunny. And right here I can just fire off an EQ because Dragonite will die to Stealth Rocks, and either Lopunny or Magnezone will die to EQ. And here he brings in the Lopunny, I believe, but he can't break through Landorus's bulk without Ice Punch, and also I have Sceptile on the back, which would outspeed the Lopunny, so that will be a good game. But yeah, this is all for today. Thanks for watching, and thanks for surviving for this great team, which actually got me from 2 points uh, from the top 500 in the ladder after this battle occurred. Now I'm over 1600s again, which wasn't the case when I recorded this live. But anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, whatever, and stay tuned. It's Type signing out. Bye bye.